Hey guys, it's Upa here. So today I want to go through the status of my account, my progress and whatnot. And this will be interesting for maybe some of you guys which are keen to see this, but it also really functions as a way for me to log the progress of my account at each stage. So this is the first time I'm doing it, and my account is in server 128, and the latest server we have now is server 159, so this makes my account about 31 weeks old. So you can see over here that I'm in Division 1-3 Legendary Division, and I have about several months, more than 4 months left before I move into the final Ultimate Division, which will be a really significant difficulty increase, and hopefully by then, the devs will maybe do something to fix the issue where Ultimate Division is just simply too difficult for many players going to that division, even for spenders or strong accounts. So let's start with heroes, I guess. And this is the heroes that I have. So I have pretty much all limited time heroes that are mainly important, and the ones which I don't really want to spend summons or whatever to get, but I want to improve in some way would definitely be my Son of Kong. You can see it's at E1. Obviously, I will eventually want to get him at E3, but if I were to, spend money or something to improve my characters or my account, I really wouldn't want to spend it on a character which is as old as Son of Kong. So similarly, my Beatrix is an exclusive 0, and I don't want to just spend time, even though she's still very relevant today. I don't really want to spend money on copies getting her to exclusive 3. For Lydia, she's exclusive 0. Thankfully, I can just use the Rainbow Diamond Store for that. For Panda, obviously, I would want him at exclusive 3 as well, but definitely on the lower end of the list. Can get him from Rainbow Diamond Store, but not anytime soon either. So, as for my regular legendary heroes, I do have a few characters which I want to build and a few which I still need. So the most important one that I need is definitely Hania, because I have basically all the elements of the HP deductions team except for Hania. And besides that, I do need a couple of eyes for my aunts. In fact, I do have like 4 eyes now, but I'm just kind of saving it just in case. I need eyes for Chelsea as well. And besides that, I think in terms of eyes, I don't really need anything for my remaining characters. I mean, there's some stuff like Dokara, which if I could exclusive 3 would be nice. Same with Ronai, but these aren't really high on the priority list right now. Now for Mythics, you can take a look. Since Mythics are something you just simply get over time, I don't really have that many. And you can see I picked Melchior here, and the reason for that was actually because I wanted to complete some stages in the Wizard's Eye Faction Abyss, and I did manage to complete up to stage 30 with him. And my plan right now is to use the free Rainbow Crystal they give you at the start of the game to probably convert him to the Unruly Outlaws Mythic. Of course, this would depend how strong the Mythic is, but for now, I don't really need Melchior. I can use him when he's an exclusive 4 for PvP content, but right now he doesn't really have a team, and yeah, like I said, I only used him for the Wizard's Eye Faction Abyss. So besides that, for legendary heroes, I did mention Hania already, and besides that, of course, there are several other legendary heroes that I would like, mainly Kalana, Vasily, and if we take a look at the summon pool, we can perhaps see if there's anything else that we want. So Tyrell would be nice, mainly all of these newer characters obviously. So I do have Kratos at E3 after the most recent Miracle Banner. Jubei would be nice, but definitely less of a priority. And one character which I still somehow don't have is Elise as well. So thankfully I don't really need Elise unless I want to start working on my CC team, but I have too many missing elements for me to really consider that. I don't have Reyna either, so many core pieces of the team which I'm missing. But besides that, in terms of especially the older legendary heroes, I do have everything that I want. I have Lance, Marcus, you can see over here, basically most characters that I want. We can also talk about Elemental City heroes. So right now I have Marmello, Valentina, and actually that's about it. So if we take a quick look at Elemental City, I do believe I'm getting my next character during the next rotation. So I have Marlo at exclusive 2 and Valentina at exclusive 3. Once again, I'm leveling Valentina because mainly for Faction Abyss, of course she works well with bleed teams. And next I'll probably get O'Grady's because I don't need Dharma since I have Marie. And Donald Rebelli should be probably the last one that I should get. So, pretty happy with my progress. So, I mean, I've been basically clearing every single regular stage since like the second or third instance of Elemental City from when my server was created. And as for the special stages, it did take a long while before. I think I now have a pretty strong account such that no matter what faction they throw at me, I can complete it. But this was definitely more recent, and I think I only could start completing all special stages maybe 2 months or 3 months ago. So besides that, we can take a look at our echoes and our auras. So let's go to our echo page. And there's definitely a lot of work that needs to be done over here. You can see most of my echoes are 0 stars besides the more recent characters which I've been saving my echo runes for. So thankfully I got Nicolith at 5 stars, and unfortunately I only managed to get Felicia's echo at 2 stars from 1,000 echo summons. But in terms of priority, definitely the 3 echoes which I would want to level is our Marie, our Apsara, and our Giselle. So Marie obviously is nice for the extra damage, and her 2-star echo does give a breakpoint here from increasing the layer of buffs that's cleansed. And I think perhaps more importantly, I do need Apsara's echo because right now we are in a PvP meta which heavily favors the team that starts first, and Apsara's echo really plays a big part in helping your Marie to attack first. So yeah, I'm losing to some players with much higher Apsara star level than me, and I think that's a big reason on why I should be focusing on her echo first. Giselle also is a nice echo to get at higher star levels because of this reduced damage, but honestly I think she's probably lowest in the priority list amongst these 3. And besides that, I mean, I have a decent number of just echoes, but yeah, the main ones I want to focus is definitely Apsara and Marie. But this is also not that high on the priority list. I still have other stuff that I need to get. So yeah, I'll get them, you know, if the opportunity comes, but I'm not really too focused on echoes either, even though they definitely are important. So for auras is always really difficult to get the runes for. But I did recently manage to max out my Marie's versatility aura, so it's level 30 at max stars. And next I'll probably want to work on the exact same aura for Felicia. I also have 5-star Combat Vanguard on my Apsara, and I need to get my Skill Master up for Nicolith. So the reason why I'm not really leveling my Apsara Echo, which should be kind of a priority, is because I haven't completed her Faction Abyss, and I want to really maximize the use of my Faction Abyss token. So I don't really farm stages or Faction Abyss levels as if it's not max. So Marie, I can complete level 30 Faction Abyss easily, so I can farm it. Same with Giselle, but for Sunset Sages for Apsara, I can't do that yet. So when I'm able to do so, then I'll start doing that. Besides that, I do eventually want to move my Bloodthirst aura away from Murungjing. I don't have Murungjing Echo either, which is another one which is really important, and perhaps less so now that we are in a Felicia meta. But when he does rerun, which should be the next limited time hero rerun, which is not a repeat, so we may have some limited time hero reruns before Murungjing, but those would be repeats. But yeah, when I do get the chance to get Murungjing Echo, I'll definitely use it for the additional leech, and then I'll probably swap this out for the Heart of Protection aura, which is definitely much better. So aura wise, definitely left more is left to be desired, but there's not much you can do because it's really difficult to get, especially these higher star versatility auras, because you need those I think it's like number 11 rune. So yeah, definitely takes a long time to slowly level up. We can also take a look at Arcane Gems. So Arcane Gems isn't something that I'm really concerned about. I've not spent any money on Arcane Gems, so everything you see here is just obtained from things like dungeons or just luck during summons. So I was pretty lucky to get a 3-star bleed gem, which is pretty nice. I definitely do prefer all these passive gems because you don't really need to think about it and you can put them on a character. I need 1 copy more of bleed gem in order to get this to 4 stars, which would be really nice. And then I have this godly spirit pearl. I'm not really sure if it's like best put on my Mrongjing, but that's where I have it for now. And recently I did get 1 copy of Giselle gem, which is just here because it's good on her. Besides that, if I did have the opportunity, I definitely would like to get more copies of this Crimson Glint gem. This is pretty good in PvP content, but you can see, I only have 1 star, so I'm never coming close to that anytime soon. We can take a look at Spirit Beast as well. So I've had this Unicorn pet for a while now, and I'm slowly building the Divine Griffin pets, but unfortunately, we haven't really gotten much chests which offer the Divine Griffin pet, so this may take a while, and I'm not really in a rush to complete it. And we also have 1-star Briar Phantom, so I think I've just slowly gotten shards for this. I'm not really planning on building it anymore, but there are some chests like Battle Order, which I actually don't really buy anymore, which do give Briar Phantom, but there's also things like the Sword Harbor faction, the Sword Harbor event, which gives the pet chest, which also offers the Briar Phantom. But I do believe that that Sword Harbor chest offers the Frostspectre pet as well, so no reason to pick the Deer pet over Frostspectre. So I don't have Frostspectre yet, but actually in my inbox I do have enough shards to get 75 shards of Frostspectre, and I'll cash them out when I'm eventually able to 1-star that pet, which is definitely a big deal when it comes to PvE content. So yeah, while we're at it, we can also take a look at my inbox. So there's nothing too much to see right now. I have 4 Legend Eyes as I've said earlier, and besides that, there's not much. So I'm kind of low on Advanced Soul Lanterns because I used 150 on Felicia, but I still have a good amount of each, and I'm also somewhat low on Soulfire because once again I used 7,500 on Felicia. So yeah, besides that, nothing really noteworthy. You can take a look at the different chests that I have. I've just been saving a lot of these, so I think this was from Huge Discount Event. I'm deciding between Penny, Exclusive 3, and Chelsea E2. Chelsea is kind of an old character, so even though she's really strong for Burn Team, still I'm kind of expecting a hero to come soon and replace her, and for that reason I'm a bit hesitant on investing my resources and eyes on getting her to Chelsea E3. So for now my Burn Team is really weak, but hopefully a better Burn character will come out and I can get that instead. So we also have this selection chest. This looks pretty bad. Maybe I can get something like Mammoth and Dakota. But generally, I'm the kind of person to save these kind of chests until I find something that I really need. We have this treasure selection chest. I think this is from Ultimate Challenge. Once again, not much I need it for, but the 75 shards for Frostspectre that I mentioned earlier, this contributes towards that. Another hero selection chest, so this is the same as this one. Mammoth or Dakota seems to be the main options, but I don't really need either. Another treasure selection chest, I think this was from the group benefit event, so once again 10 Frostspectre shards. Then we have 5 shards over here. I'm not sure where this is from, which I can pick. This is from Spiral of Fate, so I think the next thing that I'll pick is Elise, who I don't have yet. But I'm not really that close. You can see I only have 20 shards, so not something that will happen anytime soon. This was the Valentine's Day chest with Des and Bophany I'm not using. This is from Huge Discount Event, so this was from the previous one, so several months ago, and I can get 50 shards of Frostspectre, which I will eventually. And then we have this I think is from Battle Order, so I can get 10 Deer Pet shards, but once again, I no reason for me to use it right now. So you can see also I'm low on these Runestone selection chests. I used quite a few recently. I also have 15 additional hero shards, so this is from Demon Conquest. We had, I believe, we've been given 60 shards in total from Demon Conquest, and I used 45 of them. alongside 5 from Spire of Fate, and I used it to get Blaze, I believe, which in hindsight was a waste because I ended up getting Jocelyn, but there was no way for me to predict that I got Jocelyn out of a random lucky excellent summon, so I made the right decision at the time, just that in the end I didn't really benefit from it. So this one is from, I think, the Sword Harbor event, or maybe Battle Order, I'm not sure where this is from, but once again, best thing from here is probably the Briar Phantom pet, but not gonna pick it for now. I have 2 Spirit Beast equipment selection chests, which is good, but just not using for now. This is Penetration set, so I'm not sure where this is from, but I don't really use Penetration set anymore, so just holding on to it until an opportunity arises. This is from one of the PvP related events, I believe it's like Fair Arena or something like that, so tough set. Good on several characters, Nicolith, Sun Wukong, and several others, but haven't found a use for it. I definitely had more in the past and have just slowly been using it. And well, actually I do have 6 legendary runestones, so I'm not low on legendary runestone selection chests, but yeah, holding it for now. We have these 4 equipment chests for Firm Wind set, which is nice, or First Aid set. And we have one last hero selection chest, which offers nothing good once again. Maybe I'll pick Veronica or something, but I probably would never use any of these characters ever again. And lastly, we got one blessing selection chest, which is for the different damage types, so definitely nice to have, and I'll use it eventually. So that's our inbox, and we can talk about Arena. So for Classic Arena, I actually went down in ranking when I entered a different zone, which is kind of strange because my previous zone was actually the ones on the older server, and my new zone is on a newer server, on a newer range of servers, but the newer range of servers has much stronger players. So I think if I were to manual battle all my fights, I would probably be around 3rd or 4th place, but if I auto, I'm very comfortably in the 4 to 10 range. So one Supreme Rune at minimum a week is still nice to have, and if I think if I really try, I can probably get 2 to 3, but I'm definitely not touching the number 1 position. For Advanced Arena, I'm also pretty comfortably in 4 to 10 range, but my Advanced Arena teams are honestly not very strong, so yeah, 4 to 10 is probably the range of ranking that I'll get. And for Championship, I'm very consistently at least reaching the Championship, so being part of this bracket phase, but I'm definitely not in the higher end when it comes to my division. There's no chance of me winning, of course, and I'm probably maybe in the 16 to 32 range if I get lucky in the bracket. If not, maybe the 32 to 48 range or so, but yeah, definitely, you know, this is just nice to collect some gems. You can see that I managed to beat Freerun over here, which is actually a pretty strong account, so I was quite surprised that I won this. I think I had a 0% voting rate for this, like no one voted for me, and I don't blame them because honestly I didn't expect to win, but yeah, so I guess I'm not as weak as I thought, but yeah, when it comes to fighting, this guy Chess over here, definitely much stronger than me, so it's unsurprising that I got beaten pretty decisively over here, so yeah, no surprise there. Besides that, we can take a look at Guild Arena. So my guild's pretty strong, and yeah, pretty confident that we'll definitely beat everyone this guild Arena. So nothing much to think about, pretty confident when it comes to Guild Arena. And for Battle for Glory, we're also doing really well as a guild. So last Battle for Glory, one of our teams, not mine, one of our teams ended up 3rd place, and I think today in the pick'ems we actually have 2 of our guilds over here, you can see. So yeah, doing really well. I have no idea who's betting on my team because I'm pretty certain that we basically have no chance to win it, but you know, thanks for the bets, I guess. And yeah, still nice to see that, you know, we're showing up in these bets. Over here it means that we're doing pretty well overall. And besides that, there's not much else to show, I think. So yeah, we can show things like Tower of Ma. I mean, obviously I've completed this. Endless Cloister, I'm completely done as well. I've been done for maybe about 2 months now. And for Faction Abyss is my next focus that I want to try and complete. So I'm kind of close to the E5 Agatha, and my goal is just to complete complete Faction Abyss before the next faction comes out, which I think we're kind of expecting in the later half of this year. But as for when, we're not so sure. But yeah, I'm pretty close in terms of everything, so Forgotten is probably the most difficult one that I have yet to complete, and you can see I don't really have many characters to use. So I recently built Ya to help with some survivability, but it's still not enough, and I'm definitely struggling damage-wise as well. So I do hope to get a character like Vasily, who will definitely make completing stage 30 really easy. But otherwise, I think if I get Valentina to E4 and build her well, we should be able to do it. But of course, that will take at minimum 1 more month because of the rotations of Elemental City that is required. For Sunset Sages, I'm almost there. I also recently built Potter, and I haven't tried a stage 30 with a fully built Potter because he's not built properly yet. But perhaps with Potter, I can complete stage 30. I also built Adeline just in case, but you can see for now it's just for Sanctuary, and Sanctuary is something I'll show later. And for Foresters also, I think I probably need a little bit more survivability because if I recall watching my fights, even when they're geared, Imakado dies pretty quickly. So I'm hoping that I can get Kalana, and that will make this Faction Abyss extremely easy. So for Sword Harbor Guards, I'm only at 28, and you can see that I don't have any damage dealers at all. So I can actually use Marvilla at exclusive 1, so it was Sandcaster who suggested this. He did use exclusive 3, I believe, but exclusive 1 I think should be sufficient if it's built well enough. And in terms of support, I definitely have more than enough survivability. So this is really just a case of me not trying, I guess, for this faction. So I think right now, if I geared everything correctly and manual battled the fight, I probably could clear up to stage 30. I'm somewhat confident with that, but I mean, I'm also in no rush to complete Faction Abyss, since, like I said, I don't think the new faction is going to be coming that soon. For Planar Rifts, this is my progress in each. We can see the ranking for each of them. So my strongest is definitely, I think, Blood Rift compared to other players. Of course, my strongest team is definitely Resonance, but more people also have strong Resonance teams. So when it comes to Blood Rift, I mean, I have a really good core of characters over here. Basically, the only thing I'm missing is Vasily, but yeah, pretty strong otherwise. And in fact, my highest stage is highest ranking is actually Internal Injury, and this is I recently climbed quite a few levels in this because of Felicia and Kratos. So those two characters really helped a lot. We can see that Weak has completed 720 with Jubei, so maybe Jubei is the new strongest thing to use. Many players using Tyrell as well, so maybe getting something like Tyrell and Jubei would help a lot. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be stuck here for a while. This is the fight with the Donald Rebelli, Jingle Bell, and Santa, so really tough fight, and it's not even a boss. So for Poison, I'm pretty weak. Fire, I'm definitely pretty weak, but it seems like many other players are too. And yeah, so I probably should get my Marvilla at high exclusives because she's a really important support for HP burn teams, but in terms of Ice, she's kind of on the back burner for now, and I'm not really too keen on using Ice for her as of yet. We can look at perhaps our 7 Sages of Luli. So 7 Sages, I'm doing decently well, all things considered, that I'm in a new division and I'm a new player in this division. So understandably, compared to many of these other players, I'll be on the weaker end. But I'm still getting top 10 for Resonance, I believe. And before entering this division, I was very consistently, top 3, most of the time top 4 maybe, for across all damage types. But understandably, in a new division, I'm gonna get slightly lower in ranking, but I'm still pretty happy with all my rankings for the different bosses. Fire will probably be my worst one. It's still pretty early into the day, so I'm 9th for now, but I don't think I'll be top 30 by the end, but yeah, not too concerned about it. And for Guild Boss, it's just an easy, I do level 5, 6, and 7. I do level 7 because I can do this 2.5 billion damage range, and I'm trying to get 6 billion consistently, but right now it isn't very consistent, so I think this is the team I'm using, by the way. I think once I get Felicia's Echo or Felicia's Aura improve, because right now she doesn't have one at all, then this will be a lot easier and I should probably be able to consistently do 6 million. But for now, I'm getting there and I'm not too concerned about getting there too fast. Like, if it happens, it happens. If not, it's not a big deal. For Wuthering Coast, I can show this, but I mean, it's really nothing very special. I can show my damage over here. So, I mean, my one team alone is enough to do 16 billion damage. This is unsurprising given the characters I'm using. So, besides that, I'm not one of those people who care too much about showing, trying to max out the damage I do in Wuthering Coast. I just care about the rewards, and the rewards only matter up to 16 billion damage, so that's all there is to it. And let's lastly show our Sanctuary. So our Sanctuary is pretty low, I think, for my account level, and compared to my peers, somehow I've gotten less food than them, and yeah, my Sanctuary, as you can see, is only level 26. This is pretty low. There are some other people on my server, I believe, with level 32 Sanctuary or even higher, so yeah. I would say I'm maybe not behind, but I'm just about average when it comes to Sanctuary level. My Incarnate Sanctuary is only level 1. I've only ever gotten an Indra copy who's at exclusive 5. But of course, Incarnate Sanctuary is like super endgame stuff, so obviously not a concern of mine. And besides that, I don't think there's much else to show. We can just take one quick look at everything else. We can talk about Spire of Fate, I guess. This month I had a pretty bad performance for Spire of Fate, but recently I don't really enjoy this content, so I haven't really been trying. I've just kind of been autoing most of my fights. My best performance in Spire of Fate, I think, was the top 80 or so. This was 2 months ago, and then during that run of Spire of Fate, I remember I was second place for the Arms boss for the weekly ranking, so that was nice. But yeah, I really don't enjoy Spire of Fate that much. There's a lot of luck involved and very repetitive because we get the same 3 bosses every time, so not really my cup of tea. And yeah, besides that, okay, let's lastly just show dungeons. So this is what I've cleared for each boss so far, and I haven't really attempted Gwyneth because there's not much reason to. But yeah, I mean, I think it's decent performance overall. Right now, I can actually auto stage 47 in Netgear, which is what I'm doing now because we have a current event. But the difficult ones are definitely these last 2, Growlin and Marius, which gives me a lot of problems. Marius, I do wish I had exclusive to Big Jack, which would make this a lot easier. And Growlin is just a really difficult boss in general. But yeah, I think besides Netgear and Ram, I'm farming everything at stage 40. For Ram, I think I farm at stage 43 or 44. I can't remember what's consistent. But yeah, for Netgear, it's definitely the highest stage I can auto consistently at stage 47. So yeah, this is just a update. Well, actually mostly for myself, but if you guys, are interested, I'm glad that you guys get to see it. Yeah, just an update on my account. I'm pretty happy with my progress so far. I think my next steps will definitely be to get Hanya if I can, get my Griffin to 5 stars, and the main thing I want to work on now is my Advanced Arena teams, which consequently will improve my Battle for Glory teams and Guild Arena teams as well. So yeah, that's all I have for today. If you guys watch this video, just to see how I'm doing, then I really appreciate it. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.